Josh Rempel here from Enduro Method, and today we're going to go over some rowing technique and tips and drills to help you become more efficient on the machine. So first, starting off with basic setup. We got 3 points of contact with the machine. We got feet, seat, and handle. How do you know where to put your feet? Well, bigger the foot, kind of the lower in the stirrup you want to be. Once you've established it, you can there's numbers, at least on the Concept 2 ergs, or just remember how many holes are up. So when you put your foot in the stirrup and this strap comes down, you basically want that strap to be right over the widest part of the foot. So kind of on the ball of the foot, and from there, that's a pretty good spot to reference. You can make small adjustments if it's not quite comfortable for you, but in general, that's where you're gonna wanna be. You can see I got, I don't know, like size 11, 12 feet, something like that. And if that stirrup's way high, that's gonna put my knee in a much higher position, which is gonna be really uncomfortable when I'm in the catch phase of the movement. So I'm typically down on a 4 or a 5. I actually prefer to be a little bit lower, but strap across ball of foot's pretty good reference. From there, on the seat, you wanna be kind of front half of the seat. If you're on the back part, it's gonna be really uncomfortable and you're always almost gonna feel like you're falling off a little bit. So front half of the seat here, got your feet set up. Next part would be handle. From here, we wanna be toward the outside of the handle, not to the inside. This is just a lot less powerful pulling position, not as comfortable. Arms are always going to be away the knees a little bit in that catch. So get as far out on the handle as you comfortably can, and then make sure you're not death gripping the handle here. We want to be nice and relaxed through the grip and almost like you're hanging off the handle, kind of almost toward the fingertips. So we're not like this, a little bit more like that. I actually put my thumbs on top. It's just a little bit more comfortable. You can leave them wrapped around, but if you do wrap them, again, they're kind of just touching the fingertip. They're not all the way wrapped over there. So again, feet set up, strap ball of foot, front half of the seat, hands are toward the outside, nice and relaxed, almost like you're hanging off the handle here. So that wraps it up for basic setup. One more thing to mention, I guess, would be the damper setting. For the most part, in general, 5 to 7 for gentlemen, somewhere in that range is going to be pretty good. You're going to be most efficient, and probably 4 to 6 for ladies. Again, very general recommendation, but not a lot of reason to have that thing cranked to 10 and you don't want it down to 1. Somewhere in there, you can get way more specific on what is ideal for you by going through drag factor and some other things, but that'd be a different video. So 5 to 7 on damper, pretty good for dudes. Ladies, 4 to 6, somewhere in there, and you're gonna be pretty dialed on your setup. All right, starting the row stroke. So first thing we're gonna go over is the catch position. So that's the furthest forward you're gonna be on the machine. We got our feet set up, hands are to the outside of the handles, nice and relaxed here. When I come in, heels can come up, shins are gonna be vertical or slightly behind, spine's neutral, arms are straight, elbows are extended, shoulders are reaching forward, and this shoulder is just in front of the hip here. So nice and tall. From here, this is my catch position. Shoulders just in front of the hip, arms are straight through the chain. So it's not here, up here. And this position is not very comfortable. So if you feel comfortable in your catch position, probably not in the right one. We want to make sure this hip is forward, pulling in, a little bit of room from seat to heels. If we're in this position, incorrect. There might be some reason to play with keeping the heels down in the beginning phases of this, but ultimately we want to get to where we're pulling in. If you got some crazy ankle dorsiflexion, maybe you can keep your heels down. I can't. Heels come up on the toe. I just want to make sure shoulders in front of the hip. I'm as neutral as I can. Reach forward, long arms, handles in the fingertips, and that's our catch position. So first part of this and this would be going into the drills a little bit, but I want to press or extend the legs and keep the hip and the shoulder from moving at all. So when I initiate the press with the legs, I'm driving toe to heel, staying nice and tall, keeping the lats engaged, and I'm creating tension throughout the body as soon as I feel that flywheel start to engage, and I'm pressing with the legs. So again, first part of this would be legs only. Chain should go in and out nice and straight. Extend, don't open with the hip or the shoulder. So that would be the first part, legs only. The next part would just be adding in the back, but no arms yet. So I want to go legs, back, back, legs. I want to make sure to return the exact same way I'm going out, just opposite. So I'll be here, lean back to about 11 o'clock, back to 1 o'clock, and in. And again, in the beginning, this might feel a little chunky, a little clunky, totally fine. The more you do it, the more fluid you'll get. But we want to make sure that we're not throwing that shoulder first. So I don't want to go here. If I do that, I'm getting only leg drive and I'm not utilizing any of that power through the hip and the back as I extend that after the legs. And on the return stroke, I want to make sure to sit up fully first, back to that 1 o'clock position, and then pull in. So again, 11, 1, in. So that'd be the first two parts of the drill. Legs first, then legs and back, back legs, return in. Third part, we're gonna add the arms with a pause. So I'm gonna go here, legs, back, arms, extend back out, sit over the top, come in. Now with that, when we pull, I want to take the elbow as far back as I can. Handle comes right to the sternum. Immediately, arms go first, back comes second, legs third. Legs, back, arms, arms, back, legs. Add that pause in just to get used to it. So that would be the third part of that drill. Again, the first one, legs only. You could do that for a minute. Second one, legs back. Do that for a minute. And then you could do this one, legs back, arms away, pause, come back in. Do that for a minute. Once you have those completely ingrained, best things just to start practicing. So try and smooth it out. It's a great way to warm up. You could do those drills at the beginning of any rowing workout. It takes a little bit to get it dialed in, but once you do, you're gonna be able to produce more power, be more efficient, less tired, all the things. Being in these right positions transfers to the dirt bike really well. Huge amount of leg endurance, back endurance, arms. Being in this position is great for a hinge on a dirt bike. Continuing to build and produce power through the legs, of course. Legs are key. So we are dirt biking. We're not trying to be on an Olympic rowing team, but the better you are at rowing, the more efficient, the more you're going to look forward to it and actually do it for training. And then you'll reap all the other benefits that are associated with it, from cardiovascular endurance, muscular endurance, everything else. Less chance of tweaking something or making something excessively sore. So spend some time. Pay attention, be diligent, be intentional, get better, and have fun.